Story of gods in Tengri religion. Central Asian mythology, or more broadly, the mythology of the peoples who once followed Tengri, an ancient religion that once widely influenced the steppe peoples, the Turks, now the main ethnic group in the territories such as Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Xinjiang, Turkey, Siberia, Mongols, Huns. Tengri religion worships the sky god Tengri and a system of subordinate gods. Tengri, heaven, is the god of the sky, the god of creation of the Turks and Mongols. In the form of a giant white goose, Tengri flew over the primordial pool and created the world. He gave birth to the Mother Earth god Then Tengri and together gave birth to gods, the most prominent of which were the three gods Uljan, Erlik and Yume. These three are mentioned identically in most Central Asian peoples. In addition, Tengri and have many other children who are natural gods of the sun, moon, water, wind, fire. With different names in different ethnic groups. Tengri and worked together again to give birth to humans. Created the human body from the earth, and Tengri breathed into it the breath of life. From there humans were formed. Tengri is the most worshipped and supreme deity in all areas of life. Khans are considered children of Tengri, or sons of heaven. However, the Turks in Turkey consider Tengri to be a common noun meaning God. They called all the gods Tengri, and the supreme one was named Tengri Kara. Is the goddess of Mother Earth, the daughter and wife of Tengri. She is the mother of gods and humans. Her children are the gods Uljan, Erlik, Yume, and many other nature gods. Is also considered the god of harvest. Goat milk and tea are offered to her at the beginning and end of each season to pray for a good harvest. Uljan is the protector of mankind, son of Tengri sky and our Mother Earth. In some theories, Uljan is the one who created humans, not Tengri. He lived in the 16th heaven in a house covered with gold, above the sun, moon and stars. These crystals were on the 6th level. It's so far away that people have to rely on psychics to contact and offer sacrifices to Uljan, hoping for his protection. Uljan's arch-rival is his younger brother Erlik, the evil god of darkness and hell. Uljan sent the hero Maidari to Earth to teach and protect people from the evil, disease, and death that Erlik causes. Erlik killed Maidari, but the flames from his blood reached out and burned Erlik's heaven, forcing him to retreat to live in hell. Uljan had 9 unnamed daughters, who assisted the necromancers, and 7 sons, called white boys, including Karshit, god of purity, Pura, god of horses, Burcha, god of prosperity, Yashil, god of nature, Karakush, god of birds, Kanim, god of confidence, Bhakti, god of blessings. Erlik is the evil god of death. He is the son of Tengri, Uljan's younger brother and arch-rival. According to the theory that Uljan created humans, Erlik was the first person Uljan created, but he refused to be under him and wanted to be equal to Uljan. He created his own realm underground, the realm for the dead. Erlik rules over evil spirits that cause trouble in the world, bringing disease and death to people. He has 9 daughters who specialize in driving away necromancers who oppose Uljan's 9 daughters. He also had 9 sons, including Karish, god of darkness, matter, god of courage; Shinge, god of chaos; Kamor, god of evil; Badish, god of disaster; Yabash, god of defeat; Tamir, god of mining; Uchur, god of messengers; Kuri, god of discord. Umayume is the goddess of fertility, patron of women and children of the Turks and Mongols. She has 60 locks of golden hair like the rays of the sun. Her presence is like a halo that protects children from illness and disaster. The children got sick because she was gone for too long, then the psychics would have to call her back. They felt her, so they smiled when she came and cried when she left. In Mongolia, there is the goddess Ot, the patroness of fire. Ot is considered an equivalent version of Yume. Asina is the wolf's child in the Turkic founding myth. The story goes that after the war, there was a village where all the people died, only one boy survived. The child was injured, hungry and thirsty, and was raised by a female wolf with her wolf cubs. Growing up, the young man had a motherly relationship, and got the wolf mother pregnant. When the enemy chased her, she carried her pregnant belly across the sea to a new land, giving birth to 10 half-human, half-wolf children. Among those children was Asina, the ancestor of the Ashina tribe, the leader tribe of the Gokturks. Many years later, a group of Turks were trapped in a cave after a defeat. In the midst of despair, a grey wolf appeared to guide them out of the cave. After escaping, those people founded the Turkic Empire. Legend has it that the grey wolf was Asina's mother who had turned into a god. Oghuzkhagan Oguz Kagan, or Great Khan Oguz, is a great Khan in Turkic legend, son of Great Khan Kara. As soon as she gave birth, Oguz learned to speak, stopped drinking her mother's milk and demanded meat and wine. Oguz grew up so fast, in just 40 days he turned into an adult boy. In his first victory, right after puberty, Oguz cut down the dragon Kyant, which had been destroying crops and forcing people to eat meat. After that victory, Oguz was greatly respected by the people. However, Great Khan Kara's first wife and human son feared that Oguz would usurp the throne, so they urged him to kill Oguz. Oguz knew about it and killed Kara. The mother and son of the other family fled to China, and Oguz became the Great Khan of the Turks. As soon as Oguz became Great Khan, he immediately expressed his respect and worship to the sky god Tengri. He was given 2 wives and 6 sons by Tengri. Tengri transformed into a grey wolf and descended to help Oguz conquer everywhere and become the Great Khan of the 4 directions. At the end of his life, he divided the land among his 6 children and returned to heaven in Tengri's arms. Jesser Khan, the epic about Jesser Khan, the Mongol hero, is considered the longest epic in the world with over 1 million lines of poetry, longer than the Mahabharata, Ramayana, Odyssey, Iliad and Gilgamesh combined. Again, the Mongolian version recounts that the gods in heaven were worried because humans were being corrupted by the tricks of hungry ghosts and monsters, so they discussed sending a son of the god Tengri to Earth to help humanity. Tengri's youngest son accepted the mission, reincarnated as Joro, the son of a noble couple. The boy is ugly but has power and intelligence, often confronting his evil uncle Kotong and jealous brother Rangsa. From a young age, Joro accomplished many feats, defeating evil demons. Later, Joro became Khan and changed his name to Jesser. Jesser's glorious victories. As an adult include the Great Battle with the Tiger Star and 30 Comrades. Jesser's trip to China helped the emperor defeat internal and external enemies and was given a Chinese princess as his wife. Jesser also rescued another wife kidnapped by an ogre disguised as a camel. During that time, Jesser was cursed to become a donkey. He had to ask the god Tengri to come down to earth to release the curse for his son. Jesser was able to defeat the ogre and save his wife. Most cruelly, when he heard that his mother had died, Jesser rushed straight down to the underworld of the god Erlik and forced him to let his mother go to heaven. The Tibetan version has many variations and is strongly influenced by Tibetan Buddhist and Hindu iconography. Accordingly, Jesser was originally the youngest child of the god Indra and was reincarnated as the child of the aristocratic couple of the Ling kingdom. Growing up, he also had to face struggles for power, demons, and especially the war between the Ling kingdom, representing Tibet, and the Hor kingdom, representing Mongolia. In the end, because the king of Hor kidnapped Jesser's wife, he sneaked straight into the palace and killed the king, rescuing his wife. The Ling kingdom wins the battle. When he was over 80 years old, Jesser completed his mission on earth and returned to heaven. Tarva. If the Persians had Queen Scheherazade, the Mongols had Tarva, the troubadour. They are all talented storytellers who have been passed down to posterity and are considered great collectors of folk tales. When a great plague swept through Central Asia, young Tarva fell mortally ill. He fought death for many days, then heard the sound of his family crying. Tarva's soul thought he was dead, gave up and went to the underworld. Erlik, the king of the underworld, was surprised to see him and asked him why he rushed down here when he was still alive. Tarva's soul replied that he heard everyone crying and thought he was dead, so he did not wait until the last moment but immediately went down to the underworld to worship him. Erlik, touched by the young man's sincerity, replied that his time had not yet come, and ordered Tarva to return with a gift from the underworld. Tarva decided to choose the art of storytelling as a gift, so that he could tell stories to entertain the people. Erlik nodded, gave him what he wanted and then brought him back to earth. But when Tarva returned, his eyes had been pecked out by crows. Tarva survived the plague, blinded, but he used his storytelling talent to pass down folk tales to posterity. Bichora. Bichora is a domestic goblin in Turkic folklore, taking the form of a cat wearing a red dress. Like real-life cats, they often live in the kitchen or in the attic. And just like cats, they often purr and break dishes in the middle of a quiet night. This can make customers of homes with a bichora feel extremely uncomfortable. However, bichora is also useful in warning of danger. They will howl loudly, signaling danger is coming to the homeowner's house. They pull their hair to warn women about violent men. If you directly encounter a bichora, it means that someone in the house is about to die. They warn the homeowner about danger, but unintentionally their appearance is considered an omen of bad luck that is about to happen. Yes, please. Shurale. Shurale is a Turkic forest monster. It has long hooked fingers and a horn on its forehead, but can hide that ugly appearance by transforming into a human. The characteristics to recognize the transformed shurale are that their eyes often flash brightly and they wear shoes backwards. Shurale often tricked farmers into losing their way, making them sick or kidnapping them and tickling them to death with their creepy nails. To find their way back, they had to turn their clothes inside out and put on their shoes backwards. However, if a farmer can befriend Shiral, he can also teach him magic and protect good crops. Xylent is a Turkic dragon monster, with the following characteristics: from 1 to 2 dragon heads, 2 chicken legs, bird body, snake tail and red dragon eyes. It is a ferocious creature, and especially stinky. Xylent can kill people and horses just by body odor. Legend has it that the Kazan Khan was advised by a wise girl to move his capital because his old capital was too far from a water source. The Khan agreed, but where they moved to, a giant two-headed dragon Xylent lived. It has one head that eats grass and one head that eats virgins and young people. The Khan tricked the dragon into crawling into a pile of straw and burned it to the ground. The stench emanating from the smoke killed many people and animals in the area. The dragon escaped the fire and plunged into the lake to hide, although sometimes it still flew up to kill people and animals in that area for revenge. The place where they are based is the city of Kazan, the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan in the Russian Federation today. Tulpar is a winged horse in Turkic mythology, a symbol of the steppe life of the Turks and Mongols. Tulpar is a sacred creature and is especially loyal to its owner, often used in hunts. Tulpar is also placed on the coats of arms of Mongolia and Kazakhstan. The story goes that once upon a time there was a poor guy named Askus Ul. He had to work for the landlord to support his sick old father. The landowner had an old and weak mare that had just died, leaving behind a colt. The stingy man did not want to pay for food for the colt, so he ordered Askus Ul to take it into the forest for the wolves to eat. Askus Ul couldn't bear it and brought the horse back to feed on goat's milk. The horse was extremely loyal, grew up healthy and strong, and won big horse races with him. It is not only like a piece of fishing rod, but also a friend and his pride. The landowner saw this and was jealous. While Askus Ul was away, he ordered someone to kill the horse and throw its body into the abyss. Askus Ul searched tirelessly but couldn't find his beloved horse. At night, the horse came back and told him in a dream to find its body, put the skull under the chestnut tree, and use the wood, horsehide, and horsetail to make musical instruments to play. He did so, playing the sad sounds of the guitar and crying for his friend. Suddenly, from among the clouds a warhorse with white wings just like his old horse appeared, followed by a herd of ponies. That is Tulpar, the magical horse returning to reunite with his benefactor. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.